Hello everybody, how are you? So again welcome back to in my physics class. So in our everyday life we use the terms the distance traveled and the displacement. So as if they are same. So in physics or in science, see both the term describe the different physical quantities. So in this session you are going to learn what is the difference between the distance traveled by a body and what is the distance displacement. Okay. So distance and displacement. So we will understand this through an examples. Okay. So suppose there is a bus which is at a position A. So suppose at any instant the position of this bus is at a point A. Now suppose this bus has to travel from point A to point B. Okay. So suppose this bus traveled and reached at this point B by following this path. Okay. Suppose path is traveling from point A to point B following this path like this. Okay. So now the question is, in this case, while the bus traveled from A to B, what is the distance covered by this bus? What is the distance covered by this bus? Okay. So if we have to find the distance covered by this bus, then we have to find the length of this path. Okay, what is the actual length of this path? So we have to calculate what is the length of so in this case we have to divide this path from A to B in different segments. Okay, so we can divide this path A to, suppose A to A1, A1 to A2, A2 to A3, A3 to A4, A4 to A5, so A5 to A6 and then A6 to B. So then the sum of the length A to A1, A1 to A2, A2 to A3, A3 to A4, A4 to A5, A5 to A6 and then lastly A6 to B, the sum of all this length will be the distance traveled of this bus. Okay. So this is the distance. This is the distance. Okay. So distance means what? So distance means the actual length of path traveled or covered by a moving body irrespective of directions. Oh, this is very important term. Irrespective of direction means it doesn't matter that which path followed this bus. Okay. So in case of distance, direction is not considered. Okay. So it's called the distance traveled by a body, and okay, and it is a scalar quantity. So because as I told you, the physical quantities are of two types, scalar and vectors. Okay. So scalar are those physical quantities which completely described by their magnitude only. So distance is also a scalar quantities which also described completely by its magnitude only. Okay. So it is a scalar quantity, and the distance traveled by a body is generally denoted by small s or by capital S. Okay. Now come to its units. Okay. So in SI system, the SI unit of distance is meter, and in CGS system the unit of distance is centimeter, right? So this is the all about distance. Okay. Now come to this, what is the displacement of this bus from point A to B? Okay. So when we calculate the displacement of a body, then we see what is the initial position of this bus and what is the final position of this bus. So here you can say the point A is the initial point, this point is the initial point. Okay. So initial point, or you can say starting point. Okay. This is a starting point which is termed as initial point or initial positions you can say also. And this is the final point, this is the final point, or which is also called the terminal point. Okay, terminal point where the this body, that is the bus, has stopped. Okay, so what is the displacement? So in case of displacement, we see the what is the shortest distance from its initial position A to the final position B. So the shortest distance means that this distance will be like this, that is this distance will be straight distance. Okay, this distance will be straight or straight line distance. Okay, so this straight line distance and this straight line distance will be shortest distance, and this straight line distance is called displacement of a body, right? So what is the displacement? So displacement means the shortest distance, or which is also called the straight distance between the initial and the final position of a body is called displacement of a body. And also, and displacement is a scalar vector, so displacement is a vector quantity, and generally it is denoted by small t or by small x. Okay, now come to its unit. So SI unit of displacement is meter and CGS unit is centimeter. Okay, so this is all about displacement. Okay, now what is the difference between distance and the displacement? Okay, so first this definition of distance and displacement differentiate between the distance and displacement, both the physical quantity, both these two physical quantities. Okay, now next difference is that suppose if bus from point B to point A returns back again, then in this case, because the bus again reaches at its initial position, then in this case the displacement will be 0. Displacement will be 0, but the distance will be the sum of actual length of this path from here to here by following this path. Okay, and again the sum of the length of this actual length of this path from point B to A by following this path. Okay, so this will be the distance. Okay, so we can say the distance traveled by body cannot be 0. Okay, so the basic difference between the distance and the displacement is distance can never be 0, but displacement can be a 0, right? So these are the some basic difference between the distance and the displacements. Okay, so I hope everybody understood the basic concept about the distance and the displacement of a body. Okay, and I hope this video will be helpful for all of you. Okay, then thank you for watching this video.